Welcome and welcome back to Heretic Tarot. My apologies for being late. I'm not necessarily late. I don't really have like a schedule, but I feel like I'm late, so I apologize. True to manifesting generator form, I have like 12 million irons in 12 million different fires, and I am burnt out. So I was just kind of struggling to welcome in some rest. I know that I said that was that? Oh, there's something going on next door. That's kind of annoying. I hope you guys can't really hear that. But anyway, I know that I said I was going to introduce like new content that would just kind of, talk about your profile with each reading, because I think it would be cool to, and for me, I love learning other people's perspectives and understandings of things. So I thought it would be cool to just kind of bring other people's understandings of, each one of the profiles, and of course give them a shout out in the process. But I didn't have it in me to do it this time. So we're just going to do kind of a quick overview, and then of course we'll get into your tarot portion. So of course you are a martyr heretic, the 3-5 profile, leading with that third line, which is about trial and error, and emphasis on the error part, because a huge part of trial and error is the error part, like figuring out what does not work. But that brings you closer to understanding what does work. Unfortunately, though, as a society or conditioning puts kind of like a dark mark on making mistakes or seeing things as, failure, when really nothing is a failure. It's all information, right? It's all just discovery to get you closer to what does work. And that's, where your power lies, as you guys can be these great agents of change, because, in discovering all of those things that do not work, you come to realize, or help other people realize, what does actually work. But unfortunately, like I said, people tend to focus on all of those things that don't work. And then, of course, that fifth line on the design or the body side, with that fifth line comes a projection field. So, people are going to see you as being, kind of the savior, like you can save the day, you can fix this for me. And you might come in and at first, really just kind of take the whole thing apart, piece by piece, right? Like, see what's working, and if it's not working, take it out. If it is working, leave it, but in somebody's discomfort, they may project onto you that it's a failure. So, part of the hard part is, for one, dealing with those projections, because it's not easy, when you all of a sudden, people's perceptions of you change out of the blue seemingly, and you're like, what the hell just happened, right? And with the fifth lines comes that quote unquote burning at the stake, where people feel like you didn't live up to their projections, and instead of them self-reflecting, which is what they should do, they project onto you that you are the problem. So, the gift, or the thing to realize, is that your process is very much needed in the world, regardless of how people act or react to it. And, you know, the faster you can almost just kind of like send that energy back to people instead of absorbing it yourself, the better off you'll be. Not that it's going to be easy, but at least, you know, you recognize that it's not you. It is in fact them. So as kind of a quick little overview. And also a thing to remember with that fifth line is that I say we because I'm a 5-1 on the tropical side. I'm a 3-5 on the sidereal side of my chart. But the thing to remember with that fifth line is that we are here to impact strangers. So, you know, if somebody is familiar with you, it's almost kind of like, you know, that familiarity breeds content. But at the same time, we struggle with wanting to deal with strangers because, you know, just kind of that paranoia about how is this going to go? What is this interaction going to be like? So we'll shuffle a few more times here. We're just going to do a 6-card spread. We're looking for a message for our 3-5 Martyr Heretics. And of course, this is general. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Here we go. All right. Excuse me. Okay. We have the Knight of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, King of Pentacles, the World, Page of Wands, and the Lovers, and then the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck here. Okay. So we'll go through each one of these cards as we do normally. It feels like there is a major potential for growth here. It could even be in business. It could be in your job, what you're doing, what you're spending your time doing, the money that you're making. Oops, sorry. Just kind of first impressions there. But we start with this Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles, you know, Pentacles having to do with earth. Also our money, how we spend it, how we get it, how we save it, our time, resources, materials. It's also our physical body. I always mention Pentacles with our physical body because it is, you know, it's literally anything that is in the 3D realm. All those things that are physical, right? So, and the Knight of Pentacles is it's slow moving. There's a commitment and a dedication required with the Knight of Pentacles. It's almost kind of like, you know, the mule or the donkey here, right? Like they can get things from A to B, but not quickly, right? I mean, I'm trying to even think of a time when I've seen like a donkey or a mule run very fast. I know I've seen videos of it or of them, but that's not traditionally what they're known for though, right? Like, you know, I'm thinking of like pack mules where, you know, you kind of load up their backs and they move, they trek over mountains or just kind of, you know, like terrain. So a little slow, but they're going to get where they're going, And that's kind of, you know, like with the Knight of Pentacles, like things may be moving slowly, or they had been moving slowly. Maybe you didn't see the type of growth that you were hoping to see for the amount of effort that you put in. But we have the World card here, which is literally the end of that. That cycle is coming to an end. And, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, all of a sudden it's going to like take off, but it's at least, it is a step forward. Because that is, the World talks about the end of a cycle. It's also the end of the fool's journey, right? So right after this, you go into that next experience. And I love how I love how this pairing is at the beginning of the reading, because that tells me that what comes after it is literally what is coming next, like for you, right? Because sometimes, you know, the readings can just kind of be affirmation of what's going on in your situation, or validation, you know, like, okay, I'm moving in the right direction, you know, like, validating. Did I say that? I don't know. But this does feel like, you know, there's something else, like there's a move going on here. Like shifting out of this Knight of Pentacles. And we have the Six of Cups paired with a Page of Wands, which I absolutely love. You know, the Six of Cups, cups having to do with our emotions. And this is also an Earth card. So, I mean, you could be an Earth sign. You don't have to be. There could be an Earth sign around you. Again, it doesn't have to be like literally Earth, right? With the world. But it would have to do something with what Earth represents, right? Which is what we talked about. So the Six of Cups, cups having to do with our emotions. And the Six of Cups generally talks about childhood. It's the card of the past, but it's reminiscing on the past. It has an inner child quality to it. I love that there's kind of this family of elephants on here also. So, you know, I mean, this could be something like a dream, or something even that you've been envisioning since you were a kid. And that's, you know, this Knight of Pentacles from then up until now. It could even be, and especially with it being paired with the Page of Wands, it could even be saying that things are going to get fun, or it's an invitation to invite fun or invite play into the situation. Because maybe you've just been taking things a little bit too seriously lately, which is easy to do. You know, I mean, especially like when it has to do with your life, right? How you make a living. Again, even if it has to do with your health, your physical body. But again, you know, like this could just be signifying like inviting in some play, even recognizing how far you have come. Even if it's, you know, like, it doesn't matter how small the success is, it's still success. And I might be projecting here, but I have a very hard time giving myself any type of credit for any level of success, big or small. So, it's kind of like finding that place of gratitude, because the Page of Wands, is very enthusiastic. They're adventurous. It is a little bit of a younger energy. Wands having to do with fire, so action, communication. I see them as being the cards of information also, either giving information or getting it. And the Page is the younger of the court cards. So this is when like you kind of first set off on a new adventure, and you have that excitement about, ooh, like the uncertainty is kind of exciting. I'm just happy to be doing what I'm doing, right? So again, it's almost like inviting in this childlike attitude towards what's coming up or what you're doing, what direction you're heading in. Because then we move on to this King of Pentacles with the Lover's card. And the King of Pentacles, first of all, I love how we go from the Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. So that is a progression here from the Knight to the King, right? So it's the highest expression of the suit. The King of Pentacles is going to have absolutely everything that they need in abundance. So there's enough money. There's more than enough money. This is your health improving dramatically. This is, prioritizing your time and your responsibilities. Everybody's needs are taken care of, right? You have the resources, you have the materials, and you know what to do with them. It's like also kind of delegating, because kings have a kingdom to oversee. So it could even be sharing your knowledge with other people, like being a mentor, if that's interesting to you. And with the Lover's card here, it's almost like, again, these two cards dealing with commitment. And this is like, kind of the actualization of your commitment. And it's also even about like being in alignment. I mean, of course, there could be somebody else involved in this situation. I'm not really getting that feeling that it's like a romantic relationship. It certainly can be. I don't want to discount that. And obviously, if that is your situation, take it how it resonates. But it's more so about like being in alignment with yourself. This is like finding your niche or finding that thing, or whatever this thing is over here with the Knight of Pentacles, that actualizing over here. I think I might have said that. I cannot remember anything to save my life. Because my undefined head is just wide open. Because that's, like the Lover's card talks about the duality between masculine and feminine, and the dance that those energies do, not the gender, but the energy of masculine and the energy of feminine, and how both of those things are needed to be in balance in order for there to be harmony and union. It's even about like making choices and decisions. And speaking of, we have this King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is the second king that we're seeing also. So not only a master of your pentacles, but also a master of the mind, because swords having to do with our thoughts, our perceptions, ego, because generally that's where we hear our ego is in our minds. But, those filters that we put in place and how our experiences go through those filters and how it comes out. The King of Swords has clarity of thought. There's a discipline that comes with the King of Swords. And even, owls representing wisdom and guidance, right? So, having wisdom, which very much you do based on your third line of bumping up against experiences, against people, making and breaking bonds with people and experiences. Learning, evolving, what you know to be true. And then we have the Seven of Wands, which talks about being defensive, kind of having to stand your ground. A bit. I always kind of see these 6 wands as being projections, honestly, on this card, because we have, this one figure here, and then there's generally 6 wands coming at them. And I see it as being, other people's fears, other people's doubts, other people's opinions, right? And it's all just kind of being projected. And then there's one person standing there that's like, I got this for 1 thing, for 2, I didn't ask, for 3, like, keep it to yourself, right? And then the Ace of Cups behind there. Emotions, new emotion. I mean, it could be finding something that you love, finding something new that you love. It could be a person, but this is, your cup is overflowing. So not only do you have enough for yourself, but you have enough to give other people. And that's when we move on to the Two of Cups, which is the equivalent to the Lovers here. So, feeling like rejuvenated. This could even be, just kind of finding something new to take apart. I love this. I love this. I mean, I love how, we go from this Knight of Pentacles, like I was saying, this progression to this King of Pentacles. There could be somebody, there could be something, somebody that comes in that just kind of sparks something in you. It might even be something that they say. It could even be a family member, somebody that you are kind of close to. It's almost like that, is it Rafiki? Who, like in Lion King, he's like, remember who you are. Is that, I feel like that's right. But that's, how this feels here. It's like, kind of playing small. Somebody comes in and they're like, what the hell? This isn't you. And you're like, it's not, this is. And even here, like there's something ending here, definitely, whatever it is. And this even has the same feeling of not playing small, because you're going to stop playing small, which is kind of the Page of Wands. It is like the youngest of the court cards. So, kind of needing to step up a little bit and do what is in alignment with you. It's like remembering who you are, reconnecting with yourself. Like, I am a bad bitch. So, you know, like, I am going to start acting like that regardless of what other people say, even putting up boundaries if that's what you need to do, right? And then this Ace of Cups here, like, it's almost kind of like liberation. I love that. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.